Yo, what's up everybody? Holding hands with you here, bringing you my Dr. Stone manga live reaction / review. This is chapter 117, titled The Kingdom of Science Counterattacks. This should be a very interesting chapter, especially since last week we didn't have a chapter, so we had to wait that one break. But we know they have now platinum, which is what they needed to make a whole bunch of that formula to undo everybody who's stoned, so that should be very interesting to see what's going to go on now. But if you want to follow along, go ahead. The link will be in the description, or not, you can just watch me, but let's go. We had this really nice cover page. It's the ship that they have. What spreads across the bottom of the ocean is hope. Dr. Stone. Page 3. Oh yeah, I forgot, last chapter, this guy came back, Yoooo. And he looks like he's in perfect conditions, hands, feet, and everything. Ah, good work, Suka. Being the sole survivor of the ship meant you had a great responsibility on your shoulders. And it looks like you have already become a full, capable warrior of the Kingdom of Science. Then he pats her on the head, and she's all happy. I got a pretty good idea what's going on here. And my sailor sense tells me that you are going to steal the purification weapon the moment that the enemy throws it. Air-to-air warfare. Tell me, am I right? Yo, this dude is so smart, it's scary. Like, and isn't that the fact that he's smart? He just, his common sense level is just so high, he can put one and one together and automatically makes two in any situation. You know, there's different levels of intelligence, and when it comes to like science, Senku's like 100% smart in that, but this guy is smart in like the common sense field. So, kind of like how Shishio was. What was that little kitty plan? Looks like even the greenie Ryusei goes soft at times. No, this is perfect. Staying faithful to your desires, that is what makes the Kingdom of Science. But in that case, we're differently. We need kaseki. And need a god-level craftsman. So, but they're gonna get the old man next. That's cool. But the ship is heavily guarded, and we see the elder and one of the high guards is there. The one who is supposed to fight Kahaku eventually. So that's gonna be interesting if they do scrap. They seriously cracked up the security. Oh boy. And even their strongest warriors, Mozu, is there. Oh, there you go, that's his name. Mozu. That's gonna be interesting to see how he is there. Cuckoo. At this point, there's a 10 billion% suspect a survivor from the ship is infiltrated. We're not going to be able to even get a meter closer. What if we sneak up in the middle of the night? We won't be able to search the seafloor unless it's spread out. And if we come up with air, they see us. Which means we just gotta do it all at once. Let's go. So Ryusei and Soyu, they basically both took off all their clothes and just dived into the water, and everybody's like, what? That was a quick decision. And from the very start, their physical types didn't even consider Senku and me part of their labor force. What did you expect? That's way too impossible. Yeah, they can't go to the bottom of the sea to get the stone statues that they threw over, because it's too deep and humans can't hold that breath for that long. So, it makes sense. We're on a southern island in the sun, which means fun-filled scuba diving. We're going to make oxygen tanks. Why are you so cheerfully plucking apart our labor car when you were making the motor for it? You were bouncing off the walls with excitement, weren't you? Well, we don't have time to build from scratch, so we're going to appraise and reuse as much as we can from this. We're going to turn the exhaust system from the lab car into a regular old metal pipe. Next, we're gonna need some kind of lead. This is way too random, isn't it? You have Gen just freaking out because they're taking the car apart using materials from it. You're not actually going to turn that tank, are you? Well, if we're able to hold the air pressure, yeah, I've tested it before. It surprisingly actually works. As long as I join them with a flang and seal up all the gaps with soil, we're good. It 100% should be able to withstand 100 atmosphere pressure, even though I probably blow after a month. I don't really understand all this much, but Senku, I guess you did build a rocket engine before. And then they're recalling the story of Taiju and them back in the day when they built, that little small rocket, so, which did its job. It took a couple of tries, but Senku was able to do it, so. This is an air tank? It looks incredibly crude. Well, unlike the craftsman Kaseki, I'm an amateur, so this crudeness is a charm. We're not gonna need something crude to fill it with air too. Maybe we can just use engine pistols, and to seal it, the air will swipe the regulator. Ha ha ha. It keeps getting more and more demolished. They're just ripping that car apart that they made. It was a nice vehicle they had too, but they need materials from it, so Kaseki will be crying if he's heart out. My darling beauty, the lab car. Oh yeah, I forgot. Kaseki did help make the lab car, so don't underestimate Kaseki's skills. Once he's revived, he can just make it all again. Yeah, I guess you're right. You two are trying to sound cool and smart, but the one that's gonna end up busting his ass is Kaseki. Yeah, the craftsman is the one doing all the work, so that it makes sense. All the physical work. Now then, that's all that's left, is to fill up the tank with this much pump. Somehow I get a real bad feeling about this. The old custom of the Kingdom of Science, grueling straightforward manpower to pump air. But this is easy. It's so light, even Siku can help me pump this. No way. You're right. This is a piece of cake. At fast. 2 atmosphere pressure is about the level of a bicycle pump. Pump, pump. They just keep pumping it away to put more air into it. Suka, storing up air, store up heat. The tank's going to heat up like crazy. At this rate, an explosion. Pour water on it. Okay. She just throws water. How much more do we need to pump this? Let's see. I'm gonna estimate from the volume of the tank. I say about 5 hours. Times the number of tanks. I know it! Gen was right. This was gonna be a lot of hard work and stressfulness. 10 hours later. Oh boy. The air pump exploded. We can't go in anymore. Nope. This is enough. We can manage with just 2 tanks. And we have Yusei and Suya. They put on the tanks and they dive down. This is a beautiful picture. This actually might be thumbnail. This is truly incredible. Even though I'm underwater, I can breathe. How long would those tanks let them? It depends on how deeply they go, but roughly 10 minutes, that's it. After we work our butts off for pumping for 10 hours, not to mention the pump itself is exploded. Those are our first and last oxygen tanks. It all comes down to these last 10 minutes. From the ocean floor, we need to find and revive Kaseki. 10 minutes is such a small window of time. If only at last we had some clues of where to start from. Then Suya points in the direction. From the water surface over there, the enemy throws the statue at this speed in this direction, and he points. Oh, well, he's pretty smart. He can tell from like the angle and all. But like if they threw him here, because of the currents of the water, it got moved over here. So this proves that Suya is just not strong, but he's smart too. So it makes sense why he's part of the labor force. Eventually, he might be able to join the 5 generals and become the 6. This is my theory, but hey. They go swim over there. How are you able to recall that? You're something else, Suya. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, the fact that you remember anything about this island from when you were a baby, that's not normal at all. But that can be what saved us. That information is priceless. If anyone can find them, I just know Ryusei he'll find them all. After all, he probably knows more about the ocean than anybody. This is it. A gap in the coral rift. A rift current. Which means it's likely that all the statue pieces got caught in this current. They go to the current, they look down. Ha ha ha, you bastards. Our reliable crew, the science vessel, Perseus. Oh yeah, I forgot that was the name of the ship. The science vessel, Perseus. You all worked hard. Here in this darkness. Oh wow. We see Chrome. We see, I forgot the cop's name. Taiju and all of them. They're all down here in pieces. That's crazy. And special recon of your service, I will reward you with a bonus pay. I promise you all be getting a huge amount of Dragos. 1. Find some people. 2. Find only Kisuke. 3. Find everyone. They safely found everyone, including kaseki. This is a fated battle. 3,700 years ago, and again now. As we stood before the purification ray, we were powerless and watched as all our people were wiped out. Ha ha ha. Let's go. Now it's our turn for the Kingdom of Science counterattack to begin. Take it all back. Chapter 117 ends. That was a pretty decent chapter. Liked it a lot. I'm happy they found everybody, not just Kaseki, the old man who's the crafter, but they found everybody. Of course, they're going to have to revive them one at a time, and not to mention some of their bodies are broken apart, so they're going to have to rebuild them before they, unpurification them. So, but yeah, this was a good chapter. Very funny too. Like I can't stress enough, I love Dr. Stone because they mix humor and science so well together that it's not boring, but it's not cheesy either. So that's one of the most beautiful, appealing things. Even the anime itself is very, very good. I do review that myself on the channel, so if y'all want, you can check that out. But yeah, this was a good chapter. Right now, they still building up their army so they can fight back against these people. So far, I'm guessing though, like the only people that are impressive on the enemy side is that Mozu guy, that one chick, and the leader and the elder. Those are like the only 4 people they have that really seem like they any good of opponents. Everybody else just seems like scrubs that can be taken out easily. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the brothers Kinro and Gainro would be able to take them out. So, but yeah, this was a really excellent chapter. Can't wait for next week. They brought back one of my favorite characters, old man Kaseki. Can't wait for him. Going back to Suya or Soyu. He is pretty smart, and it's very incredible that he can memorize all his memories. I know there has been other stories with people that they can memorize all their past and stuff like that from when they were a kid until now. There's something to do with the brain. I wouldn't be surprised if he has that type of ability, and that's why he remembers everything from him being an infant to now, and why he's so good at memorizing things. But yeah, this was a great chapter. But tell me down below what you like and didn't like, and I catch you on